y'all, it's Crafty. Hope you're in. Welcome. I'm working once again in a junk journal. This is just a random one I made. I think I actually once made it for the Everything Arts Advent calendar thing, but it had far too many pages for just the Advent. So I am working in it today. The page that I'm on is some kind of, it's either newsprint or like kids sketchbook paper, super thin. So I decided I needed to bulk it up with a little bit of collage. Now I'm going to collage whether I need to bulk up or not usually, but I'm using my Oohoo glue stick and some random scraps of paper, mostly neutral stuff, just to cover up. I didn't like that spray ink or whatever it was back there, and I wanted to just kind of start afresh. So I covered up as much as I could on here, and I've sped this up a little bit because watching me glue things down is kind of boring. The first thing I grabbed was this Americana acrylic paint in sea glass. I grabbed it because it was on my desk already, and I knew I wanted to make some different size circles, and I thought I would do it with my fingers, but then I was like, nah, let me grab a paintbrush. So that's all I'm gonna do is go ahead and slap down some circles. We're actually on vacation this week, and I didn't want to do anything too stressful. This is a really short page. I wanted to just kind of get in my journal and play a little bit and not, I didn't want a whole lot of fussiness. So this is not fussy at all. It's just a couple little things that feel good to me and use some of the materials that I really like. So I didn't even bother drawing those circles. I'm just going around them with my Stabilo all pencil in black a couple times, a couple circles around them. And then I'm going to use a wet paintbrush and just activate it a little because that paint is wet. It doesn't get the really super dark bleediness because it's also kind of smearing that sea glass acrylic paint there. So I'm just activating it a little, enough to just make me feel better about doing it because I love to activate the stuff. It gets so dark and yummy. So once that's done, I am going to go ahead and dry this because I knew that that's why that wasn't working so great. Oh, first I thought I wanted to put some white marks inside that, but I realized that the white just wouldn't show up the way I wanted it to on the page with that Stabilo Woody. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this, and then I've got a dark blue Posca paint pen that I'm going to just make, I make some marks in the first one and realize that, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do in every single one of these. So I go over into everyone. They're all going to be different number of marks, but they're all these like really tiny dashes, not dashes. What's an up and down line? I don't know. Is it a dash? I don't know. It's just a little line in there. It's hard to see in here, but that's all it is. I'm gonna go back in, add a couple more, and then I'm gonna come back in with that Stabilo Woody in white and basically add a highlight along the bottom and, well, mostly the right and then the bottom of these circles. Just something really simple. And I was absolutely feeling like a mark making mood. So the next thing I'm going to grab is a pen, and I think it's just some kind of Sharpie rollerball pen. Hopefully I'll have the information about it below, but I'm just going around each of those circles again a couple more times to get a more, I don't know, I wanted it messy but also a little bit darker. So I'm going to go around all of those, and then while the pen is still in my hand, I was totally feeling some doodling. So one of my favorite doodles to make is just, y'all, straight lines. Just like as close as I can get them together, straight lines. So I'm going to do that in a couple spots, kind of horizontally along the right side of the page, and then at the top I'm going to do them vertically. And that just adds a little, a little something. For me, it's just busy hands, and I like that. I like to just keep my hands busy, and that's what the art journaling for me is to get out some of that restlessness. And so that did that for me. And when I get done with these lines, I'm going to go ahead and grab, I think that's what I'm going to do next. Let me look at this. I think the next thing I'm going to do is grab a box with, no, I grab my cup with my instant coffee that's dried up in it. I tried to find my distress sprayer, but it's in the other room. So I squirted some water in there, and then I grabbed the paintbrush that I had the acrylic ink, not the acrylic ink, the acrylic paint on. So it's kind of a little more muddied than my coffee usually is, but I didn't let that stop me. I knew I just wanted to put a little coffee down. Like I said, I wanted to do things that I like to do and felt good to me. So I painted around some of those circles and then splattered a little, and then I'm going to dry it. And then from there, I'm going to bring in my box that's got some focals in it, and I'm going to try to sort through those. And I pick out something I think I like, and I start to layer it with something else that's in that box. And I realize I've been doing these stitch stacks of scraps from my 5-minute challenge from the Ugly Art Club. Y'all, if you're watching this the day this video is coming out, it's the last day to sign up for the Ugly Art Club. So if you're on the fence about it, make that decision fast, because this is it. They won't open the doors again for another 4 months. So I just signed up myself. So I thought that was going to be my little stack there, which is pretty. I do like that. I could have absolutely gone with that. But I had the stack from the other day sitting off to the side. And I was like, those colors really, with the rust-dyed fabric in it, goes with some of the rust-dyed paper I have in there. And yeah. So I decided I'm going to go with this one. And it's just a little scrap of... It's a bunch of scraps stitched together with some thread, and I'm going to glue it down with some matte gel medium. Just real quick, I'm going to weigh that down with a little, I don't know what it is. It's a thing I got at the thrift store for weighing things down, basically. Yep. Gonna put that on my page, let that sit, come back, and it is dry. I'm going to give you some looks at this, y'all. If you have any questions, just let me know. And if you like this, make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks, y'all. Bye.